Hello and thank you for joining us once again for another Board of Education meeting recap, this time for the month of April 2022. I'm J.D. Harden, Executive Director of Media and Public Relations for Henry County Schools, and I'm joined here as always by my co-host, Superintendent Mary Elizabeth Davis.
Well, hello J.D. and thank you as always for joining us.
It's always an exciting month of April each and every school year. We're just coming off of spring break and we're making that final push, that strong push and strong finish to an exceptional second semester, and our Board of Education had a lot to discuss at this month's meeting, and let's just jump right into it. We start things off each and every study session, I should say, with a little bit of an opportunity to recognize some of the important milestones and events and celebrations that take place. And the month of April gives us an opportunity to recognize some special causes, some special groups within our organization. One of those would be our assistant principals, and that we know they play an important role.
That's right. I mean, it was a national celebration of the role assistant principals play in schools across America, but we had a moment of celebration right here in Henry County. And although their week of celebration occurred during our spring break week, we all came back following spring break recognizing the instrumental role that every assistant principal plays as a part of our school community.
Without a doubt. And of course, coupled with that, we took time to recognize Autism Awareness Month, Prevent Child Abuse across the country month here in Henry County Schools. And those were just a few of the notable celebrations, notable recognitions that we were able to share with our community during that time.
We were also able to celebrate our school libraries and our media specialists and the academic role that our media specialists play in the lives of all of our young people's learning experience.
Moving from there, we were able to really dive into the strategic plan, which will continue to be over the next 5 years a focal point of our Board of Education. And of course, that's thanks to the community-inspired efforts that we were able to receive to help bring this all together. And so we start things first off with a report by our Chief Learning Performance Officer, Melissa Morse, around the Q3 report. Lots of great things going on to help accomplish the things that are laid out.
Yeah, I think we're really starting to see, now that we're 1 year into this strategic plan, the results and the experiences that are changing for our young people based on our community-inspired 5-year strategic plan. Let's listen in.
So let's look briefly at each of these 5 actions to highlight the progress that's being made on behalf of the board and what you have guided us to see for our community for the future for both the district and the community. So strategic action 1, this of course is the board's direct focus on innovating for the future so that we have innovative learning experiences that provide opportunities, access, and outcomes for students. And they are well underway. And progress highlighted in this report includes the design of accelerated math pathways for students, targeted advisement in high school to increase the number of students taking AP, advanced placement courses, and then of course the initial planning for the new STEM high school set to open in 2026. And then I am proud to highlight the completion of the first annual Kaleidoscope, as Mary Elizabeth spoke to, that district art exhibit that was held at our partner gallery at Hood Street. They were so kind to allow us that gorgeous space, and it showcased really the amazing talents of our students. And we have implemented a school profile for each school that allows our community to learn more about each one of our schools, including the opportunities available to them, as well as outcomes. And you can see here where you can find all of those school profiles. So you can see that at our district website, if you go to About Henry and you click on the very last link there called School Profiles, it'll take you to the ability to click through every one of our 52 schools.
I am so excited that we are seeing things move along that continuum into the investment, implementation, and completion stage. What this means for students is just beyond anything that this community has ever witnessed.
We spent so much time as a board having these conversations about our hopes and dreams and what our community would like for us to accomplish. And now just to see this coming to life is just really so exciting for me. So I just want
As you can see, there were some features that are really worth spotlighting, and one of those is the commitment to increasing access to STEM education right here in Henry County schools. And while that includes robotics investment in our elementary schools, a science lab, a STEM lab in every one of our elementary schools, it also includes celebrating the identification of a site for our destination STEM high school that's called for in our strategic plan. You can see that in the city of Stockbridge, there was a grand celebration to celebrate the site identification for this future school. You can also see that there is a commitment to the arts and celebrating the student artwork in our community, and our first ever student art exhibition took place at Hood Street Art Gallery, and it was called Kaleidoscope. And take a look at that extraordinary display of our fine arts educators and our young people celebrating their gift of the arts. And lastly, let's just take a look at these profiles that have emerged, called for by our community, that we have a snapshot of the opportunities, the access, and the outcomes for each of our schools right at a glance, which you can now visit on our district website.
And of course, our board, as you heard, had a lot of positive comments about the progress being made toward our strategic plan and the strategic action items and tactics that will help us accomplish all the goals, the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of our community. So a lot to see there. And of course, in a few months, we'll be putting a bow on year one of our efforts behind the strategic plan. Now, moving from there, we also had another report that was provided by our Chief Family and Student Support Services Officer, Dr. April Madden, around kind of a graduation update, college and career readiness. And there's really been a great deal of work that has been pushed forward to help our students realize that those opportunities that exist beyond Henry County schools.
Yeah, I think our strategic plan really calls for better fingertip access for families who are navigating the approaching season of graduation and beyond. So the opportunity to review the newly designed and offered resources and digital sessions available to our families who are approaching that milestone of their academic career was provided in an overview, but there was also great evidence of the extraordinary success that our young people who are the class of 2022 are already displaying. So let's take a look at that.
Now, I'm very excited about this. This time last year, we had $15 million in scholarships. Currently, April 2022. So that gives us another year, right? And this is some things that are self-reported. So we still have some things out there that they have not been reported to us. Almost $20 million in scholarships, which is a 29.5 increase for students and families, and they're still informing us of their exciting scholarships. So the class of 2022 has earned scholarship amounts in the following categories. Almost $16 million academic scholarships. Let's lead with the academic, right? So then we have $2 million athletic scholarships, and then we're rounding it out at approximately $100,000 in fine arts.
At the end of the day, our job is to make sure that our scholars are ready for the world that awaits them. And I think that where we are now, where we're heading is good. So again, job well done.
I wanted to just stand up and say, because this is so exciting. These numbers are phenomenal. When I look at the numbers, and this is a calculation of numbers from all the schools in Henry County. This is awesome. This is awesome. So the future for Henry County students looks great. It's a bright future for these kids. And I'm so excited about it because this is our work. This is all of our work coming together.
As you can see and hear, there's so much to celebrate, and we are only a few short weeks away from witnessing our students reach that pinnacle in Henry County schools as they walk across the graduation stage and receive that very meaningful diploma from Henry County schools. So we congratulate all the wonderful efforts of our seniors and their families as we will celebrate their grand milestone at the end of this school year. Now, there were some other, just regular items that we hear from our, leadership here during our Board of Education meetings, including a construction report as well as a monthly financial report. But really the bulk of the remaining presentations and reports that were given to the Board of Education centered around a couple of really notable items, and both with financial implications. And one of those would be the extension of a one-time pay supplement for all employees in the district, thanks to some legislative action by our governor and the General Assembly.
That's right. Full-time employees in Henry County Schools will be the recipients of a $2,000 one-time pay supplement that is really initiated through the governor's action to acknowledge the significant role that every job family has played in public education over the past 2 years particularly. But our Board of Education extended that pay supplement and really is excited to acknowledge the extraordinary work that was required of our employees to make school accessible to young people, to have our school doors open, and to build flexibility and options for families. That one-time pay supplement will be in the April paycheck for the employees of Henry County Schools. And I'd invite you to visit our website for the frequently asked questions if there's anything that you are wondering more specifically.
Of course, that was unanimously supported by the Board of Education and their commitment to a competitive workforce, salaries, and really recognizing the hard work and dedication of our nearly 6,000 employees. And coupled with that, another unanimous approval of the tentative budget for next school year, what we kindly refer to as the FY23 budget, our largest budget ever. I believe the total now sits close to $442 million, a really robust investment in students when you really boil it all down.
That's right. I mean, it comes in as our highest budget adopted on record because it reflects the extraordinary strength of our local economy right here in Henry County. And it's really because of our destination district status, the growth of our community, and really the strength of our local business operators. Our tax digest has demonstrated improved conditions, and we have budgeted for a 15.5% tax digest growth, which in turn results in $30 million new dollars to the budget. Now, it was really clear that our board was dedicated to two key priorities. There was unity around those priorities of our 5 board members starting in December, and that was competitive compensation for our employees so that our young people have the best caliber of professionals in every one of our job families here in their school experience. And the second priority was advancing the Community Inspired Strategic Plan. So you really start to see some of the highlights of new investments that are included in this FY23 budget, and we'd love for you to take a listen to our Chief Financial Officer, Shanika Clay.
To achieve an exceptional learning experience for every student and to operate as the high-performing school district our community seeks, we must attract and retain the best talent that the profession has to offer across all of our job families. Accordingly, the FY23 budget proposal includes an increase to current salary schedules of 1% for all employees and honors salary steps of eligible employees for years of experience, which can yield an additional 1 to 3%. Additionally, the recommendation includes targeted investments above the 1% in job families elevated in the compensation and classification study. In prior meetings, we have reviewed the recommendations for teachers and paraprofessionals that will yield an 8% increase in experience, monetary experience for these job families, and we also have reviewed the other job families that cascade off of the teacher schedule. The budget recommendation includes targeted investments in high-quality instruction and support services as well, and these have tight alignment to the strategic action plan adopted by the Board of Education. New school-based positions have been recommended to support the implementation of comprehensive STEM programming within each elementary school, and to provide each middle and high school with a teacher allotment to support advancement of the board's expectations around fine arts.
I just want to thank you for your hard work and going over everything with a fine-tooth comb, because I know it's not easy, and I know working with us is sometimes not the easiest thing in the world, but I just appreciate everything you have done. You have come up, you and Dr. Davis have come up with solutions to some really tough problems that we considered, and we've been able to come up with different solutions.
So as you can see, a lot of great investments right here in Henry County Schools with this tentative budget adoption. And then one of the things to really note is that the board has committed almost $1,000 new dollars to per student investments, for great instruction since, the past couple of budget cycles. And so now it's almost $10,300 per student that will be invested in their learning. And some of these new funds that come in as a result of a stronger local economy are really paving the way for that.
Yeah, they're really directly tied to increasing the opportunities for our young people. And this is how we will start to see more STEM opportunities, more fine arts opportunities. This is a direct connection from board action, board investment, right to the classroom experience for every child. And that's really what makes this FY23 budget something we can all be proud of.
And moving from there, we had the opportunity to the board had the opportunity to take some action on something that's been out for public consumption, which would be the Code of Conduct for the upcoming school year. Now, the Code of Conduct always remains a part of that student and parent handbook that is distributed each and every year. And there were some modifications that were made this year to really safeguard the educational experience that all of our students have, especially when it pertains to the digital environment.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, our Code of Conduct is the establishment of expectations for conduct in each and every one of our schools. And the board saw fit for us to elevate the expectations around the use of digital devices that are subsequently posting videos and visualizations in online environments. That will no longer be tolerated in Henry County schools as we continue to promote the safest and most secure experience and learning environment for our young people. We know there needs to be stronger boundaries on the role devices play in creating disruptions.
Safety and security are paramount to an incredible and exceptional learning environment, and we really thank the board for their commitment to those through this new adoption of a Code of Conduct as we move into the new year. And you'll be able to take a look at that. You can find it on our website, as always, with all the other information that we're providing here. The board took action during their business session to approve some other contract renewals that pertain to some of our digital content areas. They were also able to take action to approve the purchase of a couple of buses that will support the transportation of some of our homeless population in Henry County, and we are excited and thankful for that opportunity to make those investments.
April is really about getting ready for a strong start next year as we finish out this year with so much excitement and really ambition for what has been accomplished in a season that started out incredibly strained. And while the board approves contract renewals and really approves the operational continuation of so many of our digital items, it's a conversation about a strong start for next school year. And we round it out with the celebration of some of our successes in athletics and the arts. So let's take a look at our awards and recognitions. It's an opportunity now for us to welcome the newest leaders to our organization, approved and appointed during the board's personnel action. So congratulations on your appointment as the assistant principal at Union Grove High School, Charles Height, and congratulations to Lydia Powell, the newest assistant principal at Luella High School. It is great to celebrate your new role on our leadership team.
And we also took a moment to thank our outgoing Chief School Leadership Officer, Mr. Kirk Schrum for his years of service to Henry County Schools. As this was his last board meeting before he takes on the new role as a superintendent of a school district out in California. So thank you, Mr. Schrum. Your impact is no doubt recognizable all throughout Henry County Schools for your leadership for our school leaders all across the district. Now, that's it. That really wraps up April and our board meeting, and we are really moving in to the final weeks and days of our 2021-22 school year. It's flown by as always, but as always, there's been a tremendous amount of accomplishment and so much to celebrate. And this month, we want to leave you with sights and sounds of our board inspiration provided by Smith Barnes Elementary. We thank you so very much. On behalf of Mary Elizabeth Davis, I'm J.D. Harden. We'll see you next month.
A gift of knowledge earned is a gift that will be passed. A child that has learned has a future to be grasped. For every teacher knows they have a mission to complete. As each child grows, it is one day will repeat.
I close my eyes and I can see the world is waiting up for me. Then I call my own. Through the dark, there are no one's been before, but it feels like for the world we're gonna make.
You took my hand, opened my mind, touched my heart so that I may shape the future. Every student that's life you change wants you to know. Thank you.
While this is just a monthly recap of the Board of Education meetings, you can find the full-length version by visiting our website or clicking on the links in the description section below.